Hey, it is Grace. Thank you for coming back to my channel and welcome if you are new. And if you haven't yet gone ahead and subscribed, go ahead and press that little red button. Press that, I think it's red. No, maybe it's black. I'll give you a chance right now. Alrighty, thank you. Now, first off, I realized I was not going to get my August ink report recorded before I left for my annual sisters trip. I just got back. And this time, we actually went to Sweden. I cannot believe we went to Sweden, me and my sisters. And I met up with a friend I hadn't seen in years. We originally met when we lived about 2 houses down from each other in Summit, New Jersey. And she went back to Sweden. And we were into quilting big time back then. Anyway, I digress. Let's get back to it. I tried to get the ink report and the currently ink video uploaded by the 15th. But I returned from my trip on the 14th and jet lag. So here we go. Let's get to that overhead view, shall we? One of the things that's dawning on me now that I'm doing these regular ink reports is that I find that they really are truly necessary and as a part of the overall pen experience, because they give invaluable feedback that as a pen user previously I didn't think about. And it gives you feedback on what the nibs are capable of, and for a person who's new to the collecting hobby, I'm not new to fountain pens, just the collecting of the pens and the inks. I'm finding out so much more about the different types and the large variety of pens and inks that beautifully flavors my writing experience. And so I know that these ink reports give a true measure of the inks and nibs that work best together. And it doesn't hurt writing with a pretty and aesthetically pleasing instrument. One of the things I want to do is to start testing these combinations on different papers to get a full range of what they can do or how they show up on each paper. Anyway, first one up is my Pilot Vanishing Point Decimo. This has a fine nib in it, and it was inked up in, I think this is it, Noodler's Widowmaker. It's interesting that I had bought this. This is one of the first ink samples I bought a while ago, but I never used it, and decided to ink it up, put it in the Decimo. And you know what? I loved this pairing. This was a good pairing. I had no issues with writing. As a matter of fact, here is some of the journal page. No issue with writing at all. I loved taking out this pen and writing. I love this pen regardless. So, and I love the deep red, almost like Merlot color that the Widowmaker. I make fun of the name Widowmaker. Who would name it an ink that? Anyway. I actually, when I took the pen out, I smiled out of the case. I smiled because the combination, solid combination, absolutely solid combination. So this rating, this one gets a 9. Yep, it was that good. It was actually that good. Alrighty, the next pen and ink combination was my Monty Verda Ritma. I love this pen. It has a stub nib, 1.1 stub nib on it. This is that magnetic magnetic cap, which is so cool. I love that snappy thing going on. I paired it with something that I thought would work. And the reason I thought it would work is the Robert Oster Aussie Liquid Gold. It's a beautifully rich yellow. As you can see from here, it's beautifully rich yellow. And it worked so well here. But when I went to, let's see if I can get a writing sample. When I went, it wrote so beautifully here, but at one point, I don't know if I didn't shake it up enough or I have no clue. It came out like this. I can hardly read that. So in the end, probably a week in, I actually changed to, what did I change to? Inkabara, number 241, Alice Red. I know I had another red in there anyway, but I changed to that one. This is before the ink actually came through. But there was a much better pairing for this ink. Now, the Aussie Liquid Gold is a shimmer ink. And as you can see here, it's really beautifully, it's a beautiful yellow. And I thought my problem with writing with yellows in my journal, especially, because I like to go back and read my words, is I'm not able to read back what I've written. So I thought pairing it with a stub nib would make that issue go away. It did not. I do not know what happened with these two. It was not the best of combinations. I love writing with this pen, and I'm just not sure what happened. I'm not sure. So I'm not worried about I'm not worried about the pen. I'm not worried about the ink. I will use this ink in a different pen and see if that makes a difference there. What's the rating for this? This one I'm going with, because I mean, I really struggled. I'm actually going with a 2. I know. I cannot believe I'm just going with a 2, but I had such issues with it. I really wanted it to work, and it didn't. It looks so beautiful here, and writing with it was not the best of experience. Remember, my rating here is all about the writing experience of the two, the pen, that nib, that has that nib, and the ink. That was a 2 writing experience. I did not enjoy it. And let's go on. Next up is my Pilotkakuno in Clear. This is a workhorse of a pen. I love this pen. This pen has a fine nib in it, and I'm finding out that I actually like writing with fine nibs. I thought it would be too fine, the point or the words that come out, and it isn't. And it also depends upon the pen that you get the fine nib in, because they're all different somehow in the fine range, but one fine in one pen can be a totally different one in another. Anyway, love this pen, and wasn't exactly excited about the pairing. The pairing was Ferris Wheel Press Wonderland in Coral. This is one of the ones I bought with the Widowmaker. This is the first time I bought ink, and so I really was just like, yeah, get that one, get that one, get that one. I wasn't really thinking about it, and I did not like this pairing as much as I thought I would. I am all for the Kakuno. I'm all for this pen. Let's see if I can find a writing sample so I can show you. Let's see. I don't even know if I wrote with it. Did I not write with it? I don't think I wrote with this. Let me check. This is August. Oh, there it is. I did write with it. And let's take that out of there without that orange there. I did write with it, and it was okay. It was just okay. And I think the fine nib did not do this color a good service. I don't think the pairing wasn't as well as I thought would be expected. Interesting. I have to really think about now, as I said before, coming up with the combinations. I really need to put some thought into it. This isn't a wet writer either, and so the fine nib did not help this color shine. It just didn't. So this one is getting, it was good, but this one is getting a 7 reading for me. Yeah, I'm okay with it. Let's get to the next one. The next pen is my Sailor Compass 1911. It has a medium fine. This is my first experience with a medium fine nib, and I love this pen. Ooh, I am not one to put pairings of ink with the color of the pen, but it just so happens these two kind of work together. So this is the Atramentus Mint Turquoise. I love this color. It is I don't know what the word is. It is light, but it's not too light, and it is dark, but it's not too dark. It's kind of like in the middle, you know, like Alice found the right. I mean, Goldilocks found the right share. The ink, even though I love the pairing, the ink was a bit subdued for my liking for what this pen could use. And one of the things I'm finding out now is that light colored inks or muted inks need a medium or a broad nib so that I can see it. It might not fit yours or anybody else's, but I find that if I have a light colored ink, I'm going to have to make sure I put a broad nib in it, put it in a pen with a broad nib. As I said, I enjoyed this pairing. The ink was okay. It wasn't like thrilling or exciting. It wasn't. I really like to pull out a pen, like I pulled out the Decimo. Every time I pull this out, I'm like, ooh, I cannot wait to write with this. When I pulled this pen out, it was like more like I needed to use the ink up, which is not the best way to think about it. Not at all. You need to have. I believe writing experiences need to be pleasurable because you're paying a lot of money for the inks and the pens, especially some of these pens we get. Because they can be expensive. So this writing experience, I'm actually going to give it an 8 because it was better than this one. I do like the color, but it was good. It was good. It wasn't exceptional, but it was good. Next ink pairing was my Twisbe, what is this? Twisbe Eco Transparent Blue with a fine nib. Oh, I just realized, I think I wrote, except for the stub, I think I wrote with a fine nib for most of the pens this month, or in August. Anyway, this was absolutely a dream writing combination. What did I put in this pen? Yes, Moonlit Jade. By Ferris Wheel Press. In one of the I got this at the Pacific Northwest Pen Show, and I did I talked a lot about this ink and why I got it and what it's about. It has a complementary color. I forget the name of the color. Anyway, it's Moonlit Jade, and I gotta tell you, oh my gosh! Let's see if I can find some of the writing example. This was Moonlit Jade, and this is I am right now transcribing the The Hobbit. My son, when he found out I was transcribing this, he asked why first, and then he said, "You haven't read this book yet?" Because this is one of the first books that he read. But in my transcribing, I love this combination. It just made me so happy to pull this pen out and write. When I transcribe, I try not to overtax my hand, and so I will write 3 pages of whatever I'm just transcribing. There's another one. Oh, that's the Wonderland and Coral. And by the time I got to the end, I didn't realize, I was just in a zone of writing. This was awesome. Absolutely awesome combination. I don't know if it was the Twisbe, if it was because I love writing with the Twisbe. I am a Twisbe fan. Some people are not. What I find is either you're in the Twisbe camp or you're not. I am in the Twisbe camp because I think it's an awesome writing instrument. It is just so, they know their pen, and this is what they do. They make their pen. And Ferris Wheel Press, I just think the color is like a beautiful grass green color. Look at that. That is just, oh, so sweet, so sweet. I'm going to give that one a 9. That was excellent. That was excellent. What makes it a 10 is, I don't know what makes it a 10. I think, yes, the other day I had a 9.9995. This was the Twisbe again, and Organic Studios Frog Green Shimmer. I think the combination of that ink, because I love that ink and I love that pen, that gave it the high rating. I love that ink. I love that pen. Love the pen. I like the ink. And I think that's why it's a 9, because I like the ink. I like it. If it had shimmer in it, it would probably be 10. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Last pen, the last pen, I lie. The last pen that I inked up originally, let's do that, is my sweet, oh my God, Narwhal Horizon Aurora. This is the pen I got at the Pacific Northwest Pen Show. It was a gift. This is actually my birthday gift. My birthday's in January, but because my birthday's so quick after Christmas, my husband has decided we're not going to buy a gift for you. You just take the year to figure out what you would like for your for a gift. And the pen show was coming up, and I fell in love. I'll leave the link to the video of the pen show because I go in depth on describing this pen. I love this pen. It just makes me, oh, so good. Anyway, I put in this pen Diamine Majestic Blue. Oh, holy moly, what a freaking good combination. I love this. Let's get the sample. Where is the sample? This is the sample. Look at that. And I don't know if it'll show. I don't think it's showing up. Maybe it shows up better in here. I don't know if it shows up better in here. I think you can see it here. You can see bits of the shimmer coming in here, which is so cool. I am not necessarily a shimmer fan, but when I write with a shimmer, I really want to see the shimmer. So there was one issue with this pen. One issue. And as I said, I got it at the pen show, and this was the first time I'd inked it up. But the problem was, I think the nib, and I had to find out about this because I did not know this existed. I think the nib has baby's bottom, because every single time I'd paused in my writing and I'd go to write again and no ink would flow for that first stroke, and then it would flow beautifully again. So I've contacted the store, and they've offered to change the nib for me. So that's what I will do. I did not want to give this pen and ink combination this rating, but as it's the experience, not the combination, I am not necessarily putting a negative connotation on the pen or a negative connotation on the ink, because I love both of them. But because of that's the baby's bottom just not starting, it was so frustrating, so frustrating. So this one gets a 6.5. It was good, but it was not so good. The other, and I don't have them here. Where did I put them? Oh, I need to get them. The other two pens that I used, I had gotten these two pens, or actually a third pen. Where's the other one? I'd gotten these three pens, the Jinhao 82, on Amazon, because I want to try, as I said, I want to try some color mixing. I didn't want to ruin my pens. But I gotta tell you, I kind of like these pens. I don't know that I can use these for color mixing anymore, because they're such solid, smooth writers. I got this probably in the middle of August, I think, and I wanted to actually test them out. So these were extra. And I want to show you something, what I usually do I got so many things going on here. What I usually do for my journal, because I want to know what pens, but I don't want to necessarily write the pen name here all the time. So in the front page where it's the beginning of the month. So this is August. I write down each pen and in the color that it is. So I know exactly what I'm working with. I can always refer back. So I wrote those two additions here. And the green and light yellow. Green and light yellow has writer's blood. I went to my local store oblation and oh my gosh, I love this color so much. Oh my goodness. I wouldn't think I'd love this one, but just so beautiful. Let's see if I can have a sample of it. This, look at that. This is my transcription. I just love the, it is like so beautiful. Writing with the Jinhao 82 it's one of the most smooth nibs that I've ever written with, which is unheard. I mean, it's just like crazy that this inexpensive thing, I mean, I got 3 of them for $21. I mean, come on. Anyway, that I just, I don't know why that is. Just, and then the other one, this one is inked up in the other diamine I got, Earl Grey. This is me wanting to start testing my grays because I love writing with gray. And did I write Earl Grey, Writer's Blood? Did I get anything? Earl Grey. I do have something with Earl Grey. I actually like it less on the Tomoe River paper, and I think I wrote it here on my, I don't know. I didn't write it here? I thought I did. No, I didn't write it here. I did write it on something else, and I prefer this ink, not necessarily on the Tomoe River paper, which is fascinating to me. That's why I want to get into testing inks for the ink report as well on different papers. I will do that. I will do that for September, I think. Yeah, I've gotten a couple of papers. Irafil is one of the new papers that I've gotten. I have Rhodia. I have Namus. That name always trips me up. It's an M-word paper. I want to test out these inks on that paper. And so for September, that's going to be a new edition for September. So what would I give these two inks? I would probably give these... This one is probably a 9. This one is probably an 8. This is Writer's Blood. I enjoyed that combination. And this one is an 8. Yeah, I think that seems reasonable. Which one of these would I buy ink? A bottle of ink? Because, I mean, I do have the bottles of ink there, and of course there's the Ferris wheel press bottle I already have. Which one would I get a bottle of ink of? Most definitely I will get that one. That's the Diamine Majestic Blue. I think I'm collecting blues with red shimmers in it. That's just who I am Grace, and I'm addicted to blues with red shimmer. I'm just gonna own that. Absolutely own that. And the other one, there was one more. I actually want this in a bottle. I don't think I'll get one yet. So I think that's it. I think really just the one ink that's on my list to get. Do I want any of? Not really. I think the reason why I don't want the Widow's Maker is because I already have the Writer's Blood. I wonder if I have those two. I don't think I've done a swatch of those yet. Come on, what are you? I know I have Writer's Blood, but I don't have... So that's Writer's Blood. I don't have Widowmaker as a swatch card yet, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure I want that as a... I'm not sure I want that as a bottle. Anyway, that's it for the August ink report. I got some good numbers here. I'm so upset at that number, but c'est la vie, or that's, oh my goodness, that takes me back. C'est la vie, there's a French term, c'est la vie. It is what it is. And my sisters and I, years and years ago, we started saying c'est la vie. I do not know why. And that just rolled off my tongue just now. Anyway, c'est la vie. It got a 2. Doesn't mean I don't like either of them separately, but together, you did not do the job. But this, on this, on this, on this, on this, woo! Alrighty, that's it for now. The Currently ink will be coming up soon. Most likely, I'm going to edit this and it's done, but this is kind of long. Anyway, there you go.